We have begun now.
Welcome
Welcome
to the Cohabitants podcast.
That's not what it's called.
What is it called?
Strictly Cohabitants.
I was close.
Were you?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Christian has not listened to episode 2.
I'll be honest. I was proven wrong when I thought there would be one listener, being your mom. Apparently people listened, so now I have to try.
You do have to try. If you want to.
I'm into it. I think we finished second only to Joe Rogan. Is that correct?
Well, don't bring him up. He's very problematic, but yes, that is correct.
It's pretty good.
It is a little late in the evening time tonight for recording, but we are doing so.
Critical for people to know.
It is. Just in case our creativity isn't flowing well
good.
enough.
I got things.
I've got a glass of sangria here in honor of our 3rd episode today. So
Let's
cheers.
rock and roll. Why don't we tell the folks about what they'll hear? Well, I've got some surprises up my sleeve. I don't know about you. I came correct. I came prepared.
Love that. Love that for us.
Thank you.
Well, today I kind of want to just chat about who we are as people, how we came to be, how we met, that kind of thing. We have a lot of coincidences.
People ask us all the time. They say, how do you guys meet?
They do, actually. It happened just on the weekend. Who asked us that? And I had to go through the whole spiel.
Yeah. We're going to How I Met Your Mother this, and we're going to drag this out way too long when it could have been a sentence.
Our relationship?
Yeah.
Oh.
It could have been a sentence, but we're going to go for it.
Feel free to cut me off and put some other details in the story.
I might have a different version than you do.
That's true. That's why it's interesting. Well, how we met is, it was a cold evening. No, it was nice. It was September. And my friend was having a kegger party in her basement, as adults do, in her parents' basement, actually. Correct. Yeah.
And a kegger is where you drink a keg full of beer, for those of you that don't know.
Mm-hmm. But also there was sangria.
Correct.
And quite frankly, a lot of it. A little too much.
Yep.
A little too much. Anyways, so she had a bunch of people there. And I was one of those people, some nursing friends. And then all of a sudden, someone I knew, a male, not Christian, a male from the past, he was friends with someone I had been involved with, came in and I said, oh, hello there. And then he brought Christian with him. So then I was like,
James.
Yes.
Oh.
I wasn't involved.
Who have you been involved with?
It wasn't James. Don't worry.
Oh.
But I had known James, which is our mutual friend.
My best pal. Hope you're listening.
Hope you're listening. Shout out. That's the second time we brought him up.
He's going to come up every time.
He's going to come up every time.
That's a fact.
So
you're away this weekend, and he and I are just going to be playing.
And going to Ranchman's.
On these microphones.
That's right. You guys should record a bro one. Oh my God.
Broadcast?
Yes. A broadcast.
That's a real word.
Yes.
We'll cut that. We'll edit that out.
It's fine. Anyways, so me and Christian get to talking. I'm like, oh, how do you know James? Turns out they're best pals. And then I think he asked me to play beer pong. And I said, I'm very good at beer pong. But then I was not good at beer pong that night. Mm-hmm, but then we had the same sense of humor, like same exact sense of humor. I think I was quoting something from The Lonely Island or something from Saturday Night Live.
They were quotes.
Yeah.
Maybe
something
Step
like
Brothers.
that.
I think that gets my goat.
When it was Step Brothers.
When a woman folk quotes Step Brothers, I'm in. Mm-hmm. I'm all in, as they say.
Yeah. So we just we were vibing. You could say we were vibing.
Could say.
I don't know if he was. I came on pretty strong.
I wasn't supposed to be there. I was not prepared to be there. I was not prepared to drink. Supposed to be in another city.
Yeah.
You had other plans. Someone that I was previously
romantically involved.
Didn't happen. Went to the kegger. So I was not prepared. I thought it was going to be.
And it was funny because it was mostly like my friend's brother's friends at the kegger with a few nursing friends who were like a bit older. My hairdresser was there. And I was like, hey. And then there was a lot of dogs there, a lot of puppies, I remember.
That's really what sold me on going.
Yeah. And then We played beer pong. Do you remember anything about that? Did I win? No.
No. I'm pretty sure I thought I was driving you away because I'm very competitive and we weren't winning.
And you kept being like, what's wrong with
this
you?
You're not. This is not good. I need a new partner. Actually, I think we got that. Beer pong came a little bit later when I did say, yes, we're playing beer pong, let's go. But the reason we started talking is because I became DJ and put on Taylor Swift immediately.
Yes, that's literally how we fell in love, in deep, true love that night. Just kidding. But we did have a mutual love for Taylor Swift. And I remember Love Story came on. Was it Love Story?
And people were complaining. And
we were like, no, keep it on. We need to hear it. Let the people listen to the good music.
That's right.
And then I think I put on some songs too after that were actually like quite funny.
Some smash bangers.
Yeah, they were good. Some all-star Smash Mouth.
So that
crowd favorites.
Yeah, get the people what they want.
Yeah.
That was the initial. That was the start. I put that on. Everyone hated it. You did not. Started talking.
Interesting.
Then we kind of went away. Did our thing.
I think I was petting all the dogs.
Yes. And then it was beer pong time and I went, let's go.
Yes.
We're playing beer pong. I like to win. I hope you like to win.
Mm-hmm.
We did not send you away for James to come be my partner again.
He celeb shotted the whole rest of the
And I think we played
evening.
Again.
But then when did Celine Dion come into play?
At the very end because beer pong was also when I almost ruined it. By asking if I should go on this booty call. Oh,
yes. So we both had, we were both like on online dating apps. And I remember I was like, let's show each other our profiles to see like what it looks like. I'll tell you if it's good or not or something. And then I remember you showed me yours and I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure I swiped left on you. Like I recognized the picture of you with like, your floaty. What was his name?
Yeah, Gerald the giraffe.
Giraffe pool floaty, and it was a picture of you in a pool.
Cute as hell.
But I just thought, what's another conversation that happens for like 5 seconds, and then it's just like nothing on those apps.
Yeah. So, I wasn't really swiping anyway, so I don't.
Exactly.
I take a little offense, but not too much.
But then I was like, in my profile, it says that I've met Taylor Swift, which I had. So then I told you the whole Taylor Swift story. That's another episode. It's just an episode in itself.
Sure.
I told you the whole Taylor Swift thing, and I think you were like, I literally hate you. Yes. I need you to get out of my face because you were so jealous.
If I was that aggressive, but
maybe.
It was a joking, I hate you right now, which is a common thing I say.
I guess so. Is it?
Not to you. People who are at the Flames round one kind of hate you right now.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And then Celine Dion, you and your friends put on It's All Coming Back to Me Now.
Yep.
And I have, back when Snapchat was still a thing, I have a Snapchat video memory of you kicking a soccer ball holding a giant bottle of white wine. You weren't drinking it. I'm pretty sure it was mine.
White wine.
I think
That's the sangria in me.
Yeah.
I have some sangria. I sing Celine Dion.
Sue me.
That's how it works.
That's right. And then what happened?
A little. Well, you were taking videos of me, so pretty sure you're obsessed with me right there.
Correct.
Little Celine Dion. People started to clear out. I like to sit on ledges.
Yes.
So I went to sit on a ledge. You then brought me I think you had a few
cell phone?
You had a few more drinks.
Oh.
You then brought me with your Tinder open again.
Again?
I think to show me. I think we were just comparing ridiculous profiles or something like that. Anyway, you literally trapped me in though, where I was on the ledge, could not move. Now, here's where I have my bone to pick with you that I may not ever get over. At that time, how old were you?
I would have been 22.
22. You were
or
22.
23.
No, 22. And I know this because that came out later. Because when we were comparing these profiles...
I knew you were older.
When you were comparing these profiles, I told you that I don't know if I would have swiped on you because I have...
Your age
25
range.
to 28.
Right.
Because I don't want to deal with the 18-year-old, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't 18.
Well, the young.
Yeah.
And you went, well, I'm 25. And I went, oh, okay, that's cool, because I was 27.
Yeah. I knew you would think of me differently in a way if I said I'm 22. You would have been like, oh, great, another one of these crazies.
Probably. Maybe
right?
not crazies.
So it was a good idea.
Crazies.
It was a good...
It was a risky move. We have to admit this.
Yes.
As if I wasn't... Yeah. Maybe you didn't think I'd find out. Maybe this was it. But anyway...
And I'm still saying I'm 25.
I still got that in the back of my mind. Like, what else is this girl keeping from me other than her age? Cut to, everything's clearing out, and then I'm not good at. No, I won't say that part. I'm not good at what the.
That part.
I won't say that part.
Nice.
I'm not good at the ask, as
at
they say.
Flirting cues.
Yeah, pretty dumb. I don't, anyway. So you had your phone out like literally that whole time as if being like, hey, I have a phone with a number. What's
your number? Yeah.
And so in the phone, in my phone goes your number.
Oh, under.
And with Kaylee Breton under the note.
No. Didn't I not even put a name? I think I put Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, so you put your company because you can put that.
Oh, yes.
So it was like Kaylee and then the company.
I said I was going to make it big.
Saturday Night Live.
Because we had that in common as well. Big fans.
Correct.
Yes.
Well, anyway.
And then I called you my soulmate.
Mm-hmm.
To your face.
Correct.
I leaned over to my friend and said, he's my soulmate.
He's my
soulmate.
You yelled it.
Well, also I had in the back of my head, Taylor Swift had released a cover of the song September, and we met on that day that she mentions in the song. So I felt like we had some good karma, good destiny is what you could call it. And yeah, I want to talk about, though, because I got your number in my phone, instead of texting my friend, you had left your sweater at her house.
Correct.
Do you remember texting me instead of her? Like, you had her number.
No,
It was her party.
I don't have her number.
You don't?
I had her brother's.
You had her brother's number.
And James's.
Yes.
Actually, so here's what happened. I left my prized hoodie, and I said, James, can you text the person whose party it was? And James, with his sage advice, said, no, you met someone last night. You should text.
Oh, so it's all thanks to him.
He's a wise man. I'm lazy.
Yeah.
And so that happened, and you immediately went, you forgot that sweater on purpose. Oldest trick in the book.
And you probably did not.
Fully did not. I'm just a dumbass.
Just forgot it there.
Just forgot
and
it.
then, so you texted me. We all went to her house for brunch the next morning. And like, things at brunch, like we were still kind of like joking and laughing and whatever.
Yep. We're hungover.
Very hungover.
And I have to get ready for this other thing.
Yeah, you had another event to go to.
James have to have a nap. Not together, separate blankets, same bed.
Yeah, that's right. But then thank you for clarifying. But then, yeah, we were having brunch at her house. And then as soon as you left or something, like not even 5 minutes later or something that you left, or was it later I don't know. Doesn't matter. Whatever. Later, you text me, oh, I left my sweater at because I think I was still there.
Yeah.
We were reminiscing the night.
Yes.
As girls do.
As you do.
At my friend's house.
They're outed. They know. People know their names.
That's right. And I was like, oh my gosh, he just texted me. And then we did not stop texting. Like, we texted every single day, like a lot of the day, unless I was working like a night shift or something, you know?
That's what I'm good at. I do the text thing. I can carry a conversation. Yeah. It's all good. And I was traveling quite a bit. So between us meeting and really you telling me we're going on a date.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks.
But it was so interesting when we were texting too, because I found out all these things that I didn't really, that were like coincidences that were quite weird. Like, so you are 4 years older.
You're not 22.
I'm not.
You're not 25.
I'm not 25.
That was the
I
first
was 22 at the time. You were 4 years older, and you went to the exact same elementary and junior high school that I did, and high school. In my sister's class. I have a sister who's 4 years older. Yeah. So you were in her class.
I think because you had your name, I'm a first name, last name in my phone kind of guy. And you only had one. And then I think we did the whole Facebook friend thing.
Oh, did we?
And then I think I noticed your last name. And then I went, wait, is this your, like, what's going on? Is this your sister? And you went, yeah. And then I think immediately there was a thought of,
I was like, no. Oh no. Do they know each other? Have they kissed?
Nope.
No, thank God. But there was just like a lot of weird coincidences when you were texting that we were finding out. And I was like, we literally have so much in common. Like, we're the same person. And when we started like hanging out and going out with my friends, they were like, you guys are the same person. Yep. We grew up in the same community, like 2 blocks away from each other. Never knew it growing up.
Learned how to catch a football and put on the pads and take a hit right behind your house.
Yeah, like in my childhood home, which I was still like living at the time. It's fine to live at your parents when you're 22. It's fine.
Should have known you weren't 25. First red flag.
Well, it's fine. Maybe I was saving money, which I was. We played soccer growing up too. So who knows how many times we would have like stumbled in at the soccer center or like at different tournaments and stuff. And even though you were a bit older than me, it was like you'd always see a bunch of people at these tournaments.
My first job was being a linesman. I could have very well.
You could have been like, reffing games. Or linesmaning. Which
is kind of weird.
Yeah. Well, it's weird to think about that. Like when I was in kindergarten, you were in grade 4. Like that's just different.
We were talking this weekend about your grade 9 grad. And that was my first year at university.
Yeah. Which is like kind of funny. Oh, I get an ick for that. Oh, good. Yeah. And then your mom and I have the same birthday. Mm-hmm. And you and my dad have the same middle name, which is like also weird. Right. I don't know why I think that's weird. My sister gave you a massage in my childhood
totally
home.
Legal and normal.
It was for practicum.
Yes. The funniest part about that was I was a broke student in my first year. Your grade 9 grad year.
Yes.
I think I paid with all nickels.
Yeah, you told me that.
Because
I was like, that is so rude.
All the savings. And she went, yeah, no problem. Like, that's all for her training.
Oh my gosh. So weird.
It happened.
So then when you met her for the first time, I was like, did you give him a massage? Yeah. So weird. What was the other coincidences that I was talking about? Just like the Taylor Swift thing. Oh, the Ranchman's thing. I went down like the deep dive rabbit hole. We have like a country bar.
Shout it out. Shout out Ranchman's.
Oh, Ranchman's. It's back open. You're going there this weekend.
Checking it out.
Christian will be there this weekend.
The Wrecking Crew.
All of them are going to be there.
We're in our 30s and we're going to be at home by 10:30.
Yeah, very tired. If you're looking for a dance partner, look elsewhere, ladies.
Not finding it here.
Not available. But we were definitely at Ranchman's the same nights because I went on a deep dive Facebook of Ranchman's old photos the other night. Well, you fell asleep. I just was scrolling and found January, whatever year, there I was with my 2 friends. And then the picture right in the next picture of the album. Remember when Facebook albums were a thing? You'd have to upload.
Honestly, we were probably in 10 feet apart.
Yeah.
Because the photographer would just go to the next group.
They'd go to the next group. Crazy. Yep. I always think about, living in our neighborhood that had a lake. And I was there a lot, like kicking the soccer ball with my team or a friend or my dad. And you were also there at the lake, like
tennis,
hanging out,
football.
And I was there a lot in the summertime too. Yeah, just funny things.
Yeah. I'm sure the Ranchman's nights were, I mean, I didn't get my photo taken every time I was there.
I tried to.
And I'm sure,
to be honest.
I mean, I definitely tried, but I didn't.
The editing,
But
they
I'm
just
sure,
made you look better than real life.
I'm sure there was tons, to be honest.
Well, and the thing is, I went out of town for university, so I would only really be back in university on like Easter weekend or reading week or whatever. Yeah. And like my birthday was always around reading week, so then
370 weekends in a row minus Christmas weekend.
That is just disgusting.
Pretty cool guy.
The amount of, oh my gosh.
Probably kept that place in business for a bit.
Yeah, and then COVID hit, and they were like,
being 29
we need those guys.
Being 29 hit
yeah,
for me.
Responsibilities. So last year? No.
Oh, wait.
Wait a minute.
But yeah, that's true. Coincidences there.
Yes.
Then I, again, not good at the ask, not good at the close. We're chatting. Mm-hmm. And I'm used to getting things to the point where the girl just becomes disinterested, forgets, whatever. Yeah. When are we hanging out? I don't know. I'm traveling. You know, I got to work. Yeah. Something. You were different.
Yeah.
I wasn't quite as distant there because there's something there, but also, I can't do anything this week. Like I'm in Vancouver, I'm traveling, and then I got, I'm going to hang out with my buddies or whatever. And you kind of went, well, I think, no, we're going to go out.
One time. Yeah.
We're going to go out.
Let's do something.
And I'd like to go to a movie.
Yeah. I like laid it out there because I didn't go on. As soon as I met you, I was like, there's something, because I did not go on a date with another person since the night that we met. Like, I just did not. And so our first date was the movies.
Yes.
And I was very direct. What did I say?
It needed to happen. I just flown in. And I was usually, when I get back from traveling for work, I just kind of either go to the gym or hang out at home and just kind of relax, because the next day, usually I'm hanging out with my buddies. I'm going to ranch. I'm doing something. And I flew in, and okay, we're going to the movie. Great. Like I'm in.
Star is Born, Lady Gaga.
Star is Born, a good one. Like, great, I'm in. Yeah, we'll do it. And again, kind of keeping my distance because not sure. Mm-hmm. I'm not great at this. Should I meet you there? Like, what do you think you can get a ride, kind of thing? And you went, no, you'll come pick me up. This is a date.
Please,
and I'd like to be picked up, please.
Yeah, because I wanted to be direct. I didn't want to have you try and read my mind in any way. And I was like, no, I've done that in the past. I'm just going to kind of be honest and say what I want.
I think when we were texting and getting to know each other as well, I said, like, you need to be direct with me. Because I'm kind of dumb. I don't
That's
do the
the seventh time you've said that.
I don't do the dating thing much.
Yeah. So I think that was helpful.
Movie happened, was good. Discovered more about each other after. Went for some drinks.
Yeah, and then we ended up just driving in your car because you picked me up like around all the communities, blasting Disney songs and like
that's right.
Literally karaokeing in the car.
That's my move.
Is it? I feel like that I was the only person you've ever done that
True.
with.
That's yep.
But it was a good move because it was just like, it was honestly the best like first date ever that I've been on. We just like were super comfortable and just having a really good time, laughing.
Yeah, so that was good. And then we'll cut to some other dates happen, which are good, which are fun.
Yeah, the thing with you though, commitment phobe, and I was okay taking it slow.
Totally.
Because we didn't have a conversation. We still never have. Yep. No, we have now. We know we're dating.
Wait, what?
We're dating.
Okay.
Yeah. It took a long time to get to the point where it was like, well, I'm letting you know I've not been dating or seeing anyone else. Because in this day and age, it's like, how are you supposed to know?
There's that story where one of your friends found me on Tinder.
Oh, I was so nervous to bring that up.
And because I don't use it, didn't really use it. I opened it that night to kind of show you.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And forgot that the profile was still like active.
If you delete the app, it doesn't delete.
Yeah. you got to like unsubscribe or something or
So.
And I was so nervous to bring it up. I remember we were on your couch after watching a Flames game or something, just like sitting. Yeah, go Flames, go. And I was like so nervous. I was like, so my friend was like looking and I saw this and like, I just want you to know like it's okay if you're like, if you went on a date with someone, but like, just so you know, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And it would kind of upset me or something.
Yeah. It was honesty.
It was. I
raw.
was so nervous.
It was raw for a sec.
Yeah.
I don't think I really knew what you were talking about because I think you were a little flustered.
And the look in your eye was like straight, like almost looked like you had been caught. And so I was like, oh, great. Now he's like thinking of things to say because you were also like, what? Like so caught off guard.
I think that you were a little bit like, well, obviously nervous and didn't want to, but I think you neglected to say like Tinder or something like that. Like one of my friends saw this on Tinder or whatever. I think I was like, I think assumed that maybe one of your friends thought they saw me like out with somebody else or something.
Oh, I see.
Which didn't happen or hadn't happened.
You're like, I don't go out. That's not me.
I was like, I've been like away or in the gym. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And then it came to light, you know, it's whatever, saw your profile and on Tinder and I went, honestly don't know the last time I deleted that.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
here's my phone. Have
that
a look.
weekend, not just because we had met, but like I wasn't using it anyways. It didn't matter to me.
Yeah.
And so here's the ultimate trust. Take my phone.
Yeah.
If you want. There's nothing, go for it.
Yeah.
And then I think that was an important thing to have though, because then there was no nervousness after that. There was no
I was like, oh, thank God.
What's going on kind of thing. And to your credit, like I'm commitment phobe, but I have had trust issues as well.
Yeah.
And I was still traveling. I still had trips booked on these, you know,
kind of party trips, like with bad reputations of like people are just there to like hook up
great
and stuff.
Great reputations for having fun.
Yeah, for
having fun. And you weren't ever, I'm not comfortable with this, or like call me every day, check in with me all the time.
Totally.
Which was big for me, but because we had that conversation before about like, hey, I'm not seeing anybody, like I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
And I was being like, I'm not.
It was helpful.
First of all, single for over 20 years.
Yeah, that's true. I'm your first girlfriend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Serious.
Yep.
Serious one.
Well, I don't think you would call anyone else
correct
your girlfriend. No one had met your family.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I mean. Like, no one had met your family.
Yeah.
I didn't meet your family. So we met in September. I didn't meet them till July or August.
July.
And
correct.
you met mine at Beer Fest.
Yes.
Everyone was drunk.
Everybody was drunk.
But it was a good way to break the ice. It was fine.
It was a really good way to break the ice. James is going to come up on this podcast.
James is coming up again, I guess.
He kind of broke the ice a little bit because he was hammered at this, and made an impression on your parents.
Yep.
I also had another friend who was there who I met traveling.
That was so random.
Who I met traveling. He was a great guy. Shout out to Maddie. Going to see him this weekend. He's coming to Ranch.
Okay,
get
good
the boys
stuff.
together. And as I'm just getting to know your mom, talk about your mom, I just bought a house. Like,
oh yes, you did. Yeah.
So your parents were a little bit impressed by that, and he's got a good head on his shoulders, is what they said. I recall.
And that's the other coincidence. So my mom was a teacher for years and years. Your dad was a teacher and a principal for years and years.
Yes.
And your mom was like a Braille assistant and in the teaching world. So that was like another weird thing.
Yeah.
So then my mom was like, "What's your last name?" And then you told her, and I think she was like, "Oh my gosh."
I'm sure
like,
your mom had been over to my house for barbecues and stuff like that.
Probably.
My dad would always have teachers
the teaching world was kind of like a small little thing.
Yes. Anyway, just getting to know your mom, and drunk Matt goes over, "Oh God, what a guy. I've known this guy a couple of years. We were just in Nicaragua together. What a superstar. What a guy." And your mom just kind of looked at him like, "I'm
great.
Okay. Sure. Cool. Sounds good." No, not, yeah.
Because he thought it was your mom.
Yes. Yes. So he thought he was complimenting my mom on what a guy, how we know.
Yeah. Little did she know you were just hyping or he was hyping you up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, so that was, yes, I met your parents much quicker. You willed it to happen, wanted it to happen.
Oh, no, we met at Dixon's, did we not?
After.
After?
Yes.
Oh, that was the official.
Yes. Sober.
Yes.
Let's actually speak.
Let's sit down for a dinner.
They were there drinking, having fun. You and I were there. You were hanging out with them, with me. I was with my buddies.
Yeah. Funny.
Yeah. And then Dixon's.
Mm-hmm. And let's not forget, you went away for 3 weeks in January of that year.
Yes.
For New Year's.
Yes.
And so that was crazy too, because we had been hanging out, and then all of a sudden you were just like, poof. And I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Like,
those books.
Yeah.
Those were books. Those trips were booked.
Have you had some sangria?
No, actually, just SodaStream Bubbly. Finest product around.
Nice.
Well before we had met. I think the summer before I'd had those previously booked, got the time off work, paid for them, all that stuff. And then talking to your parents about me going to Indonesia
on another trip. So that was in June. So
Yes.
you made an effort to talk to me on like both of those trips, which I was like, that's great. Like that's huge for me, because I know it's just like go, go, go. It's going to be so busy.
Yes.
Everyone's going to be drinking so much and like on a beach with no service. Very jealous.
Yeah.
But
especially in Nica, which was like the party trip, Nicaragua. But like the first place, I wasn't bringing my phone out. Like I was in a lock because you never know. It's Nicaragua. We didn't really talk. And I'm sure, couldn't imagine what was going on in your head at that time.
I think I just worked for quite a while, and I had like a delayed New Year's party, I'm pretty sure.
But yeah, when I was in service, or it was kind of like all right, this is the R&R part kind of thing. We chatted quite a few times. Mm-hmm. You met the owner of Free and Easy as he bit my elbow.
on FaceTime, I think.
Yeah.
Or on Instagram.
As he did a towel dance.
Nice. And then before you went to Indonesia in June, you wrote me a letter. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yes. We went and had a snack or something. And in the letter, the first line, first of all, you said, don't open this until...
It's the day I was going to leave.
Yeah. Don't open this until I'm gone. Don't open this until I'm gone. We finish, like, you dropped me back off at my house or something after we got food.
Yes.
And I rip it open as soon as you got in the car. And the very first line in the letter says, be honest, did you wait to open this or did you read it right away?
You read it right away.
I read it right away.
You read it right away, didn't you?
But it was very...
You read it...
It was very nice.
You had texted me
special.
that you read it before I took off.
Went to the airport.
Before I took off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was on my way to the airport, I think. Yes.
And you were living in your house at this point. You didn't have roommates anymore.
Nope.
Except, I think, your cousin or something. Maybe she
just
wasn't
alone.
even in by then.
Just alone there. So left the house.
Yeah, you got back. Our summer was basically like, we spent like the whole summer together. I met your family.
Because I was at a wedding that I was emceeing in July, so kind of right after I got back. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty private guy. Don't come out and outwardly
your ladies,
say things.
Your side pieces.
Not much. Like, unless I don't outwardly talk about it unless I'm asked.
Right.
Really. People that I travel with, who I'm now good friends with, didn't know what I did for a living.
I still don't know.
I've been with...
Can you actually tell me?
No. That's on a need-to-know basis.
I signed an NDA.
Yeah, but I don't really, I'd rather try and be the center of attention and be funny than get personal. Maybe it's a defense mechanism. Who knows?
Defense.
Probably.
This is actually therapy. I've roped you into doing this podcast.
It's important. It's critical. It's working. But, so I don't. So, my pretty private, but I don't hide anything. Like I have a picture of you in my office at work, but people were shocked to know that and I was like, oh,
that
if you
I
just
existed.
Look, there's several photos and stuff. So, but anyway, so I go to this wedding. Didn't get a +1 because the wedding invite was like a year or two earlier.
Yeah.
They had delayed it to travel as well. But I'm there. It's a family friend. So we're there. IMC, everything goes well. And have a few drinks with my dad, who had like a medical emergency that year. So it was like important to me that we connect. So I was, Dad, I'll stay with you. We'll drive home together. We'll have a chat. And usually at weddings, I'm very fun, usually. And I'll get a dance circle going, do limbo, especially as like MC, you know.
Yeah.
My brother got married the summer before.
Can confirm.
And I was a hell of a time.
Hell of a time.
And so, you know, not that there was nothing going on, but you know, you are not there, and I'm not gonna. So we're in the car. It's funny now to think about this because my dad knows the answer, and it was not known to me that because his best pal had retired in June.
Forgot about
that
this.
year.
Another teacher.
Yeah, another teacher, and your mom knew him, and started talking, and I don't know how it came up, but inevitably, you know, you come up because you know, were you there?
Because look at how important and special I am, and amazing.
And Mr. Wakeford, shout out, good kid. He'll listen. You know what? He'll listen.
Okay,
he'll listen.
He's okay with that.
Anyway, so my daughter is dating Tony's son, and then Wayne obviously,
and then he was
asked,
like, wait, what?
Well, he was like, oh, great, sounds good. And then so he asked my dad about it, you know,
what?
And my dad,
Big T, Big
you know,
Tony,
probably had been looking for a way to, you know,
bring it up casually.
But I've been away.
Yeah, true.
And then anyway, so we're on the car ride home, and he knows the answer, which is already pretty funny to think about. That he's just sort of like trying to get this out of me because he knows I'm not gonna just bring it up. But, you know, starts with, well, you know, it's the first wedding I've seen yet where you're not really drinking, you know,
what's going on?
Lots of girls there, like you're just kind of, I was like, well, I mean, I'm there with family, you know, my niece is there. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
The bride also didn't really want me to drink as MC. She just
wanted you to focus on your job.
Focus on the job. So, anyway, he finally just goes, we get towards my house. He's dropping me off, and he finally just goes, you know, we'd love to meet her. Just outwardly comes up and says it. She's always welcome to dinner.
Nice.
Or anything like that. We'd love to. And I, you know, obviously that's a pretty big tale. He knows something. Yeah. But I didn't try and go like, what are you talking about? Or like whatever. Yeah. I just went, yeah, soon.
Yeah.
You know, kind of known. And then I think it was the next weekend.
Maybe. Yeah.
And you were very cocky.
I was like, parents love me. Moms love me. Parents love me.
Yes.
2 minutes before they get there, I'm panicking. I'm nervous.
So nervous.
Christian, I'm nervous. I was.
I hosted them at
but
my
I did
house.
very well.
It was, well, you know, my dad tried to tell you about your job.
Oh, yes, right.
And how you can get benefits.
And it was just talking about Bermuda the whole time. And I was like, must be nice. Because they lived there briefly.
Yep.
It's funny.
And honestly, like, yeah, we never really had a conversation.
No, we didn't.
What is this? What are we kind of thing? But it hasn't really stopped, I guess.
No.
I bought a house. You were there whenever you wanted. You had the key code. 2020,
I moved into an apartment downtown. January. Pandemic hit. I started a new job right before the pandemic hit. NICU. Then December, I was like, this year has just like... I'm driving to your place all the time. Like my apartment is,
and I'm working from home, so I'm not at my office.
You're working from home,
so I'm never down there.
There was no air conditioning in my building that whole summer. Yep. Here I'm thinking I'm gonna be near downtown Calgary and be going out for cool dinners, and I'll meet you on patios.
You'll be staying over. We'll just
like have such a fun time living down here, trying all the cool stuff. No. So then
COVID said absolutely not.
I went for like a dinner with my family or something. I was like,
yeah, you did go out a few times, but it wasn't like we weren't doing the patio hop thing or whatever.
No.
You were still ending up down south at
majority of the time
for the AC.
Yeah, because it was just unbearable on a 4th floor walk up with no elevator and no airflow.
Right.
And then I was like, oh gosh. So then I ended up moving into your first house in basically end of December, like right before January.
Yep.
That was nice. And then your cousin was also living there in the basement. So that I'd never had roommates, right? So all in university.
A lot of females.
Yeah.
From growing up with a house with only boys.
Then it was like
roommates,
you're stuck
only
with
dudes.
2 girls.
Good pals.
Yeah. So then
December. There's a lot of just hair. No one tells you that.
Oh, just wait till February. So then, moved in there end of 2020. Just because it just like honestly made sense, and I didn't want to rush you into anything either, but I felt like it was like we had known each other for 2 years by then, right? Like we met September 2018. Yeah. It had been 2019.
Oh, like 2.5 years.
Yeah. So
pretty much. Then I can't do math. I don't know if that's right.
It just kind of made sense. And then in February, we got our little fur baby. I'm going to cry. I love her so much. Bring her in here.
Talk about hair. No, she's outside. She's chilling.
Oh, yeah. Talk about hair. Seriously. Yeah, we got our little pandemic puppy.
But that was another. It
was a big step moving in, for sure.
Well, moving in, huge step. But then it was also an action by. I'm not good with words.
Yeah.
I'll show things.
Right.
In your head, you're probably like, what's the next step now? What's going on?
Yeah, but I also didn't want to push that on you. But I was like, I'm throwing money away when I could be paying a mortgage.
Yes.
Like, when the market is good.
The house was just going to happen. You were going to move in.
Yeah.
There was space and it made sense. The dog thing was, I had puppy fever.
Yeah, big time.
We're just going to go look.
We're just going to look.
Because
we're just going to go look.
They're cute as hell on Kijiji.
Cute as hell.
Actually, heartbroken. We couldn't even adopt.
No, there was no dogs.
Well, we had to go through this process.
Everyone had adopted all of the dogs.
Prefer to adopt. That was our first main thing.
Yeah.
Then started looking online. Mm-hmm. Saw this
out of town, just out of town.
What do you call cutest. Is it a puddle?
What?
A puppies?
A litter. A puddle?
Should be a puddle.
A cuddle puddle.
I don't know who I need to contact to change it, but it's a puddle of pups because it's cooler. And that's what it should be. Whoever said litter is dumb. It's puddle.
Very aggressive. Calm down.
Very strongly about my alliteration. But we're going to go look. We're just going to go.
And I was like, Christian, we cannot. We cannot.
Yeah, it's ironic. You were not.
I was not. I was on board, obviously, because puppies, I grew up with a family dog who I had for 16 years,
and I'd been
17 years.
Living elsewhere with a big breed dog.
Yeah,
we're best
there
pals.
Were other dogs when you had roommates.
Yes.
We're just going to go look. We don't have to do anything.
Because they're all cute as hell.
Oh my gosh. And our family dog that we had was small. Yep. She was like a Bichon Shih Tzu.
Yep.
And these dogs were big. They were gonna be 90 to 100 pounds when fully grown. And I was like, I never really grew up with big dogs.
That's my jam.
Don't know.
Because they're calm and easy to train and smart and friendly and all this stuff.
And then look what we've done.
Yeah.
No.
We're going to go look. It's going to be fine. That's all. We'll go look. So we went and looked once.
Cute.
This is adorable. We'll see.
So fluffy. Oh,
Your
God.
friends came for dinner that weekend after.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
And we're talking about the hot tub that I purchased.
Oh, yeah. We had a hot tub in our old house.
It's not relevant. I don't know why. But anyway, we're in there.
I don't know why.
It speaks to my...
your memory.
No, it speaks to that.
I want it, so I got it. So You're very much Ariana Grande.
So I'm going to get it, yeah.
I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it.
You can look at it as an Ariana. I look at it as my
your problems with spending. No.
No, I was always raised on and the type of person, if you want something, go and get it. Because no one's going to give it to you. So if you want it, go. So we're in the hot tub. I was talking about how...
I see it. I like it. I want it. I got it.
Shout out, Ariana. So we're in there. They're talking about how they might get a hot tub. And I went, you know what? You just kind of got to go for it. They're outrageously in demand right now. And I one day decided that I was going to get a hot tub. And then 2 weeks later, I got one. And we went and looked at this dog, and
the only reason we went to look is because that friend's dog was at our place.
Yeah, and I was obsessed.
I
wanted that pup to stay, so it was puppy fever. And as you and your friend are having a kind of side conversation, I'm chatting with her boyfriend, and I go,
talk to me in a month.
I just went, 2 weeks I know that I'm going to have this dog. Like, we just went to go look, but like, I've decided that it's happening, and I have a terrible habit of just getting things.
Yeah.
I have no regrets. Iggy's great. But yeah, 2 weeks later, we went to go look again when she had grown a little bit more.
And she grew fast. Wow.
She grew fast. And it was between her and another one that we were kind of had on our laps and petting and
feeling the vibes. We just had to feel out the vibes.
And then when we got home, they had colors. That's how you knew.
Their collars were different colors.
So that you knew. So
hers
it was between
was red.
Purple and red was between.
And Iggy's coloring, so she's like a Bernese mix. So she almost looks like a golden retriever.
She's a beautiful dog.
Or like a duck toller almost, like the way that
everyone thinks she's a golden. She's a big golden.
Yeah.
That's what everybody thinks.
Even the man today in the walk, the construction man, what a beautiful golden retriever. I was like, I don't feel like correcting you. It's fine.
But she's Bernice, and you can tell. And anyway, she's cute as hell. But we got home, and we're discussing, like, okay, we're going to do this. Is it a thing that's happening? And you go, yes. And it's red. Red is the one. And my response to you was, yeah, I put a deposit down in the car. Like,
no, I think you said, if someone were to take one of these dogs.
Yes.
Something about punching someone in the face.
No, what? I would
Remember?
never.
No, me. I would.
Yes.
If someone were to take this dog, I would punch them in the face.
We couldn't make our decision.
I'd be so upset.
Yes. If you find out one's gone, whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then you went red. It's red. And I went, yes. Well, that's the one. I put a deposit as we're in the car. And that's what happened.
Yikes.
So we got a pup.
Yeah.
Ups and downs.
Yeah.
My mom had to come and take care of her.
No, not always.
A little bit.
Sometimes.
It was working. Anyway, probably the biggest test of our, aside from moving.
Yeah.
Which I think is normal.
Moving was, yeah.
We'll get to that. Biggest, ups and downs, biggest challenges.
Just the biting was just like a
lot of exhaustion.
I won't even talk about that today. It gets boring. Puppy parents know.
Yes. This is really a PSA. If you're thinking about getting a puppy, don't.
No, that's not true.
That's not? Get one?
That's not what I want.
You're right. But definitely a pandemic puppy.
Yeah.
Definitely a pandemic pup. Used to us being around all the time, even though you were still working your 12s. But someone was always around.
Yeah. And we tried to